YB stays on your neck.
Saudi Arabia. I'm so happy to be here. Thank God for the safe travel with the squad.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So obviously, you man have just seen there, Anthony a la Saudi, Anthony a la jurisdiction, Anthony a la in the town, ready to light up Margin Boo, aka Andy Ruiz. He's landed in Saudi Arabia. We're about to shut down that thing once and for all. Obviously, this is the free city world tour. Saudi Arabia, New York, and London. We're starting off where all of this. We're starting off where this $93 million turkey is going to be cut up and distributed across all the people. Trust me, when AJ's in town, everybody eats, 100%. Hearn's eating, the fans eating. I'm telling you now, all you AJ man out there, all you AJ dons out there, after December 7th, all you man will be in the comments saying, wow, YB. Now I remember what time it is, because I've tried to, I know, no matter how much the YB reassures you, man, no matter how much the YB brings you, man, exclusive proprietary information, which we're not even lead us to believe, which proves that AJ was a clone on June 1st, which proves to AJ this is all part of the business plan. I've got a new video coming out soon, which once again go over the point that this was all set up, it was all big plan. Yeah, Fury and Wilder didn't want no problems. That I keep saying it again and again. They didn't want none. Yeah, let's get it straight. Many people, and actually I've got another video coming out, but many people like to forget this. It's like Wilder now keep saying, "Oh yeah, man, I wanna knock Anthony Joshua out. I wasn't trying to keep anybody out the fight game. I wasn't trying to block anybody." What was that word? Yeah. I wasn't trying to freeze anybody out. That's what he's saying now. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, wait there a minute, Wilder. Before Ruiz did the work you didn't want no part of, before Ruiz did the $100 million work that you was too shook to do, you was out here 2 days before AJ fought, two days before June 1st, talking about, yeah, man, Tyson Fury is locked in. Yeah, man, Luis Ortiz is locked in November. All the contracts are signed. Tyson Fury comes out and exposes you. And now, never mind, Ortiz didn't even need to come out and expose you. Because, unfortunately, even now, how many months later? You said it was signed in end of May. So, end of June, end of July, end of August, 3.5 months later, still not even a peep about that fight. So don't sit here and tell me, oh, yeah, man, what's Anthony Joshua talking about? I never wanted to freeze him out. I wanted to knock him out. Well, if you wanted to knock him out, you could have signed the fight in April. That fight was there since day one. Since 2018, that fight was there. You didn't want it. Funnily enough, AJ literally booked Wembley to bring your sorry chicken ass legs to there. But you was the number one guy. Never mind, I diss Fury and other people for ducking the fight. But you was the main one. That April card was for you. So don't get gassed. You was the same man until Ruiz. And to be honest with you, I was about to say, until Ruiz showed holes in AJ's game, you didn't want no parts of AJ, but I'm not even sure that's the case anyway. Many people are thinking now, because of what Ruiz did to AJ, now Wilder wants to fight. You've got to remember, AJ's engaged. We already know. This is Wilder 101. What does Wilder do? When AJ's got fights booked, he's always been like this. The proof's in the pudding when AJ doesn't have fights booked. Let's see if Wilder's still talking about, oh yeah, man, I'm not freezing you out. I want to knock you. Let's see if he's still talking about it. Because what we do know is, as I said, it was only 3 months ago in May when AJ was talking about, let's have a meeting after the fight. Let's have a meeting before the fight. My man was talking about, oh, yeah, man, I'm locked in. We don't even want 50-50. We got plans. Man, do you not remember? Isn't it funny, though? What happened to all the Kalinowski? What happened to all Kalinowski? And what was the other guy? Who was it? It was Adam Kalinowski and some other idiot. Who was it? Ortiz, was it Ortiz and Kalinowski? I'm sure there was another one in there. Either way, how it worked out was, it was like Fury 1, Fury rematch, Dillian White, Kalinowski, Ortiz. By the time you worked out, the only time AJ could have fought them is like 2022. So let's not get gassed, Wilder, like he was the one chomping at the bit all the time. Let's get it real now. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even sure. When AJ dusts off, trust me, it's easy for Wilder to sit here now and talk about all the things he could have, should have, would and will do in the future. But number one, it's easy for him to say that now because he thinks that Ruiz has set the precedent. And number two, it's easy for him to do it now because AJ's booked and he knows it's not a possibility. But one thing we do know is it's going to be a double whammy. It's going to be a double whammy depression for Beyonce Wilder come December 7th because all his hopes are going to be gone. Number one, AJ is going to dust off Ruiz so devastatingly. This is going to... I'm not being funny. I know I talked about AJ having a master plan of how to make a lot of money without the unification fights. But I'm actually a bit worried for AJ now because, as I say, the way AJ's going to deal with Ruiz, if Wilder didn't want no parts of AJ on the back of... What performance was it? If Wilder didn't want no parts of AJ on the back of the Povetkin performance, I'm telling you, by the time... Listen, the way AJ's going to do Ruiz... I've spoke to people within AJ's camp. They've told me. The way AJ's doing Ruiz, yeah... It's gonna... This one's gonna remind people of a pregnant woman never giving birth. I do say, just like Devilman said. That's how dreaded it's gonna be done. Simple as that. Like Devilman said, the way AJ is gonna do Ruiz will remind everyone of a pregnant woman never giving birth. I do say, Vung Seng. Yeah? Bottom line, that's how he's getting done. I've spoken to people in the camp. 100%. No doubt. He's getting done wrong. Bottom line. Yeah? And anyone... You man can sit here and say... Argue the toss... Just make sure you man are present, yeah? You know you are. I don't need to call names. You know you are. Make sure you're present on December 7th night and December 8th, because it's gonna. You then come. What you need to do is come along, just like how Gaiman had to do, just like how Gaiman and Andres Ponce Ruiz had to do to Eddie Hearn and Team AJ. You man have to come along, hop on your knees and put your hands in the air and bless the YB because he told you so. Anyway, I've gone on a bit of a tangent there, but anyway, it's relevant because AJ done told you, man. We're in Saudi Arabia. It's a lovely place to be, and all this other stuff is going to be irrelevant. I'm telling you now. I know there's with everything in life, there's a curve to everything. You've got different levels of fans, and this performance here, just because of the way AJ lost, this performance here is going to be a toe tingling performance. And I'm telling you, man, now, any of you dons who have girlfriends, I suggest you don't let them watch this fight, because trust me, the way the man are going to be gassed is going to be one certain way. Yeah, all the female things are going to be too gassed. So I suggest it's one of them ones there where you watch it on your own. Don't bring your girlfriend to this showing, because trust me, she'll be looking to leave your sorry ass back in the past. The way AJ is going to dust this man off, he's going to have everyone gassed, man gassed, Giala gassed, everyone gassed. I'm telling you now. And if I'm wrong, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about if I'm wrong. There ain't no wrong on this one. I can just feel it in my bones. I can just, honestly, I don't know what it is. I've got a premonition about this one. Too many premonitions coming in for the YB. Too many prophetical premonitions coming in. Yeah, I just feel like this is a deadly combination, especially when you start pricing in the way Ruiz is reacting. The way Ruiz is acting. You got his former trainer Abel Sanchez telling him to keep his eye on the ball. You got Virgil Hunter saying keep his eye on the ball. I watched one exclusive interview which no one's seen yet, exclusive, and someone who knows Ruiz's camp was saying, "Oh, I know some things, and I'm just hoping if Ruiz keeps his head locked in. Never mind outsiders. We've got Ruiz's own trainer saying, "Oh, I'm a bit disappointed with training camp. We was meant to start Monday, and he just didn't turn up. I haven't heard from him." What's going on there? That's mad. Do you know how mad that is? To commit to start training, and then you don't even turn up. Never mind not turning up. You don't even tell your trainer. I'm telling you now, he's lost the plot. And it's no surprise, really, because this happened about a week ago with Ruiz missing training. But a month before that, Ruiz's trainer, Andres a la Ponce Ruiz's trainer came out and said, Yeah, the only thing I'm really worried, I just hope Ruiz can keep his head on straight. That's what he was saying, all this business. Now, that don't sound like a guy who's got it. The last thing a trainer should be worrying about is, I'm hoping my fighter can stay grounded. And that's one thing people haven't really realised. Just because AJ has so humbly and so mercifully dealt with, and let's get it straight as well, Ruiz ain't on no AJ path. Ruiz ain't even sold out nothing in his own name yet. Does that make sense? AJ's done all this on his own and still remained humble and still remained grounded. Now, we can talk about his training team being swag, but that's that. What I'm trying to say is, AJ's dealt with it gracefully, so people haven't really taken that into account. Look at McGregor. McGregor's a bigger star than AJ in my opinion, but look at McGregor. He's fell to pieces. Can't win a fight for love nor money. Look how gracefully AJ's done it though. And once he dusts Ruiz off, it's gonna add exponentially to the value of his brand. And this was a magical move. I've said it before, but this was a magical move from Hearn. How this fight's bigger than the Wilder fight. AJ's making 90 million for one fight. The Wilder fight, he was only going to get 60 at best. By the way, at best, because Wilder was begging for 50-50 in that fight. Yeah. So you really got to know, no matter which way this goes, you've really got to tip your hat to AJ, especially when he's created a $90 million turkey, yeah, who's going to get bust up. Because what I want to try and remind people of this whole situation is, come December 8th, I want you, man, to specifically remember what everyone was saying on May 2019. Meaning, it seems to be Ruiz has had one half-sharp performance where AJ was literally a clone. Ruiz couldn't even hurt a clone. Do you understand that? Ruiz couldn't separate AJ's clone's consciousness. He couldn't do it. Do you understand how bad of an AJ that was? It was awful. Look, it didn't even. I don't know who it was in there. He looked like a knockoff Tyson Fury. He had no power, no speed, no timing, no aggression, no cardio. He had nothing. Not one thing going for him. Even the shot he hit Ruiz was a big lumbering, ponderous thing. God knows. I'm thinking to myself, if AJ hit Ruiz with that kind of shot, do you know FUCK'd Ruiz is for this rematch? Them sort of shot. That shot will be twice as fast, twice as precise, twice as timed, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be awful for Ruiz. That's how it's going to be for him. Yeah? Ruiz don't have nothing to offer. And that's what we're saying. You've got to bear in mind that that was Ruiz's best performance. He'd just come off a camp. He had 2 camps in his system, was hyped, was broke, was hungry. Now my man can't even get his ass into training camp. Never mind 2 camps back to back. He's just been off for 3 months eating crap. AJ was back in the gym a week or 2 after. Now I know there's some funny dons out there who are saying, "Oh yes, yes, and if Ruiz, Snickers, he doesn't even have to train, Snickers." There's a few dons out there laughing about this. We're gonna see if you man are laughing, but what frustrates me about them certain man there, yeah, you're the same ones who, when AJ dusts Ruiz off, you'll be the ones jumping in the comments saying, "Oh yeah, AJ, yeah, knock Ruiz out." That's what frustrates me about you, man. You man aren't the one. You won't ride with it. You're proper bandwagon dons. You're the same ones. Anyone you see laughing about Snickers and talking about how Ruiz don't need to train, any of them ones, I'll tell you now, come December 8th, they'll be the same ones laughing about how Ruiz shit out his meal from the night before because AJ pummeled his body. You'll be the same ones. When Ruiz poops himself, you'll be the same ones laughing at him. So I suggest you man keep consistent. Yeah? When AJ whips some hooks at this dude's body and he starts excrementing on himself, I suggest you man actually show some sympathy and don't just rip into him, because you was the same ones encouraging him to be fat and globular. You was encouraging him to be sloppy and have his midsection hanging out. It's going to be your fault when he's got all poop on his white shorts and his white boots and his gloves and whatnot, and the fight gets stopped because it's unhygienic, unsavatory, whatever that word is. Yeah, and the fight gets stopped, it'll be your fault because you encouraged him to not be eating properly. I told you before. Yeah, it's going to become It's going to be like a toothpaste. The way AJ's going to treat his body is going to come out the other end like a toothpaste. It's going to be oozing out. I'm telling you now. I called it the first time. I didn't realize how deep Eddie and AJ were planning this. Now I know this fight. There ain't no planning for this next one. He's getting done. He's getting dusted. 100%. Anyway, they're in Saudi Arabia now. I wasn't even planning on going on that rant there, but what this video was meant to say, I won't speak for much longer, but what this video was meant to be about was something I touched on a few days ago. I talked about AJ's attitude for this for this world tour. I'd like to see this attitude. It's just being ruthless. Now, I know the Jarrell Miller press conferences with me were perfect. That's exactly how I'd like AJ to be. He put a few swear words. It's not even about the swear words, but he put it flowed. He was on point. He was talking his will into existence. He was making his will clear. And I actually said at the time, how people move into that $1 billion level. How McGregor moved himself into that $1 billion level. Even Mayweather, to an extent. How Mayweather moved himself into that $1 billion level was talking things into existence. Yeah, the fans want to see how well you talk, what you say. We want to see it turned into reality. And that's how McGregor would tell people what he's going to do it in this round. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. And when he done it, that's what got everyone gassed. Yeah. So with that in mind, I'd like to see AJ start bearing it. I'd like to see him start transforming into that. When we started with the Jarrell Miller performance, and let's not forget, I know Andres Ponce Ruiz hasn't mentioned AJ's mum, but still, he's been very disrespectful. I remember AJ posted some training videos up, and Ruiz out of nowhere starts posting robot and starts talking about, I'm going to end your career, all this business. I want you to remember that. I really don't want to see smiling and handshaking, if I'm honest. If you must shake his hand, okay, but I'd be, at this point, you got to remember, that performance on June 1st, set up or not, your son may have to watch that one day, AJ. So I want you can shake hands all you want after. You can show all the respect you want after the fight. But before the fight, I'd like him to say, I ain't shaking no hands because this man is trying to take food out my Utes belly. Yeah, this Don is two-faced, he's slimy, and he's going to get to work. Once I've made him excrement on himself on December 7th, if he wants to show, well, he better wash his hands first, but if he wants to shake hands, that's fine. But until then, until I knock the poop clean out of this dude, there ain't no shaky, grinny. That's what I'm thinking, but let's see how it plays out.